The internal combustion engine remains one of the most important technological innovations of the past 100 plus years. But the process of internal combustion is inherently inefficient on gas mileage. That's why there are so many parts and systems devoted to managing the excess heat and gases that are byproducts of internal combustion. Of course, generating heat is a fundamental aspect of internal combustion, but once this heat is used to rotate the engine, it has to go somewhere. While much of it goes out the exhaust, plenty of it stays around the metal parts of the engine, and that's where the engine cooling system, and the radiator in particular, come into play. The radiator is the primary component for getting unwanted heat out of the system. To remove the heat of combustion, the engine cylinders are immersed in a coolant mixture that's typically circulated through the engine and radiator by an engine-driven water pump. For most of automotive history, radiators were made from copper cores soldered to brass headers. Copper is by far the most conductive material, but when soldered to brass, which is less conductive than aluminum, the overall thermal efficiency drops. Today, most radiators use aluminum cores with plastic headers to save cost and weight. Aluminum plastic style radiators can't be repaired as easily as copper brass, but they're more efficient. Assuming the vehicle owner has kept up with the recommended maintenance, light-duty automotive radiators can last 100,000 miles or more. A good time to assess the condition of the radiator is when it's removed for other repairs, such as a timing belt replacement. Coolant is vehicle specific and should be replaced every 50,000 to 60,000 miles to avoid acid buildup and clogging of the tubes. If the coolant is extremely rusty, the radiator core tubes can be clogged with rust particles. In some cases, abrasion from rusty coolant can actually wear out the hose connections on the plastic header tanks. If the radiator is seeping coolant from the header tank seams, or if the core tubes and cooling fins are seriously damaged, the radiator should be replaced. When you're recommending a replacement radiator, a couple characteristics to look for include a reinforced tank design, steel crimp strips on plastic aluminum units for additional strength, and an increased tube and fin count for superior cooling efficiency. These are a few of the features you'll find on radiators from CSF, a well-known brand that's been in business in the United States for more than 40 years. It's worth mentioning that CSF designs and manufactures its own radiators at its state-of-the-art facility. CSF has a continuous focus on making improvements to common failure points in the OE design, as the production line these units are made on are OE for local markets. Also, these are drop-in fit radiators, which makes life a lot easier for your DIFM customers. It also means less chance of a customer comeback due to installation errors. I'm Josh Cable, thanks for watching.